Well, cost engineering is not something that they teach at Case Institute of Technology, or in fact at most engineering schools, quite frankly. Nobody's ever heard of that. But why don't engineers think about cheaper, better, faster? Because we don't teach it. There's something that the university community could do to help students. And it's part of the idea thing, I think. Your design, when you talk about innovation and design and the whole idea thing, they could be incorporated in there, quite frankly. So I suspect it will be at some point. Sorry.
I want to just add a quick comment about what I think. I'm afraid we probably left the impression that exit strategy is not necessary. I don't think that's correct. That's not what I meant, at least. I think for the business plan, exit strategy does have a value. We really should have looked at what's the worst scenario, how you wanted to exit the situations in a business plan. I think the exit strategy, it does not conflict with the value addition. So that's, I think, the important thing. So at least I'm not saying exit strategy has no value.
It has a lot of, and in particular, there's partners of different ages.
Right.
The 60-year-old partnered with the 40-year-old has a different plan of how long he wants to work in that business. So you better have that worked out for that reason alone.
Right.
What's the retirement age? How are we going to then split?
Right.
So
I
that's
just want to make sure
good
we
point.
don't
Yeah,
beat around.
but again, if you're growing your value, because you're doing a good job, you've got the passion,
Take care of itself.
then you've got a way to have an exit strategy. If you don't do it, then the exit strategy is you close the firm, close the doors, and walk away. So you got to have the value going up so that you have an exit strategy. And in our case, it was that he went out for a valuation on our company because he wanted to buy another company. And they came back and said, "We want to buy you." And that was, we knew that we were working towards that. But
And this is not the forum to talk about valuation, really, but there is something called strategic value, which is a lot different than fair market value. Think of the simple concept. If you're a cancer hospital wanting to sell yourself, you don't want to sell to some hospital chain that's got a cancer hospital. You want to sell yourself to somebody that needs a cancer hospital, because your strategic value is far higher, as distinct from a analytical calculation of which there's 3 or 4 basic methods. You can teach that, and they usually do, but they never teach strategic value in most of these economics courses in the business schools. I've guest lectured in a couple of those, and it's amazing to me when I start talking about strategic value, and the professor says, "What are you talking about?" And it's, what are you really going to pay for this company? A small business may get 5 to 7 times EBITDA, the earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. A medium-sized company may get 7 to 10 times. A large company may get 10 to 14 times. Well, that's why you want to buy other companies, right? That's why your business will thrive, because you're going to get a higher multiple on the whole. That's what Walt was talking. But they don't seem to teach that as any part of any economics course in the business schools. It's amazing to me, And I think you and I have talked about that before. That's why the M&A world, you can advise people on that, and it's sometimes better to buy another company and then sell a conglomerate, or do the roll-up as Walt talked about. And by the way, just as an aside, Ray Olison, the partner, he's talking about trying to buy my company in 1998 as one of the 3 companies he was putting together as a roll-up. And I said, nah, I don't want to do that. And I should have, right? Because Ray was an old friend. But on the other hand, bad judgment. Entrepreneurs always make mistakes. Back in 69, a little company called SAI was being formed. I would have been number 4. Beister was trying to put that together. I would have been the 4th person in that company, and I said no. That's an $8 billion company today. The executive vice president of that company spun off and formed another little company called Titan Systems, tried to buy my company then, and I said, man, why would I want to do that? That became a $1.5 billion company, and I would have, anyway, and then, I raised things as well. So I made these horrible mistakes in terms of getting with the right partners to build something way back when. And it's a bloody miracle that we got $40-some million for our first company, 10 years ago. So, anyway, sorry.
No, it's great. And I want to come back to some of the educational aspects, and maybe we'll conclude a little bit with what we can do better. But Carl,